In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to use custom domains with Appwrite sites. By the end, you'll have a clear path from opening the Appwrite console to deploying a site with your own domain attached. Start by opening your Appwrite Cloud console and heading into your workspace. If you don't already have a project for this site, create one now. Give it a clear, memorable name so it's easy to find later, then open that project's dashboard. Inside your project, look to the left-hand navigation and choose Sites. This is where Appwrite manages static and framework-based site deployments. Click Create Site to begin. You'll see a few ways to get your code in. You can clone a template provided by Appwrite, connect a repository from your version control, or handle it manually. All three paths ultimately land you in the same place with a deployed site and custom domain support. To keep things simple today, we'll go with the manual approach. Choose the manual option and you'll be prompted to upload a tar.gz archive of your site's source code. If you're coming from a static site generator or a framework, you can include your full project and set build commands later, or you can upload a pre-built output if you already ran the build locally. Drag and drop your tar.gz file into the upload area, or click to browse and select it. A quick tip: make sure the archive is in the correct tar.gz format, not a zip file, and that the folder structure matches how you intend to build or serve the site. Keeping your project files at the correct root level will save you troubleshooting time later. Once the file is uploaded, you'll land in the Details view. Enter a name for your site. This is just for your own organization inside Appwrite, but a clear name makes it easier to manage multiple environments like staging and production. Move into the Settings section, and if your project uses a popular framework, you can pick it here. This is optional, but selecting the right framework helps Appwrite pre-fill sensible defaults for build and output folders. If you're not sure, leaving it as a generic option works fine. You can still supply the exact commands and paths yourself. In the build settings, provide the command Appwrite should run to produce your site, such as installing dependencies and running your build script, and then specify the output directory where the production files are generated. If you uploaded a site that's already fully built, you may not need a build command at all. Just point to the folder containing the final static files. Next, configure environment variables if your build or runtime needs them. This is the place for API endpoints, feature flags, and other configuration that shouldn't live in your codebase. Add only what you actually need for this deployment and keep sensitive values scoped appropriately. Now, let's attach your custom domain. In the Domains field, type the domain you want to use for this site. It's a good idea to include both the root domain and a common subdomain variant, like the www version, so users can reach your site from either address. Enter one per line. Appwrite uses this information to prepare the domain configuration and certificate provisioning behind the scenes, and will guide you if anything needs your attention after deployment. With your archive uploaded, details set, framework and build options confirmed, environment variables added, and domains entered, you're ready to deploy. Click Deploy to start the build and hosting process. You'll see logs as Appwrite uploads your assets, runs the build if needed, and publishes the output to its CDN. The first deployment can take a few minutes, especially if dependencies are being installed. When it completes, you'll get a status panel showing your site's preview link and the domain configuration state. If anything still needs verification, Appwrite will prompt you right here and walk you through what to confirm. That's it. You've created a site, configured the essentials, added your custom domain, and deployed, all from the Appwrite site's dashboard. If you prefer using a template or connecting a repository next time, the configuration flow for settings, variables, domains, and deploy remains the same, so you can switch methods without relearning the process.